My husband mother kidnapped our baby, and he is acting like everything is rainbows and sunshine. I made a throwaway for this because my husband knows my username and I don't feel like being surrounded by any more drama right now. So, a little backstory. My husband is an only child. His mom has always been very involved. We got along somewhat, but she always sort of crossed some lines. She has a key to our house for emergency purposes only because she lives 4 blocks away. I had our daughter 4 weeks ago. She has been over at least 3 days every week since I've had her. She's always telling me what I am doing wrong and how she'd do things so differently. Baby is up every 2 hours at night, and she insists she'd sleep through the night if she could stay at grandma's. I told her I'm not comfortable sending a breastfed baby away overnight at 4 weeks. This last week she kept pushing the issue no matter how many times I said no. Last night we put the baby in her crib. We stopped room sharing because the baby was so loud I could get no sleep whatsoever, so my husband has been getting her when it's time for her to feed. Husband fell asleep early and I dozed off. I woke up 4 hours later and started to panic because she hadn't made any noise. I was sure she had died of SIDS. I went into her room and she was gone. I froze and started screaming her name around the house like she would somehow pop out like it was all a joke. My husband woke up in a panic and just screamed, "What's going on?" over and over. I ran to my phone to call 911 and saw a picture message from my mill of my sleeping baby in her arms with the caption, "Sleep over at Gam Gam's." I was immediately enraged. I screamed so hard I almost vomited. I called her and saw red. I told her I was coming to get the baby and she would never see her again and to never contact our family again. My husband decided it was best if he went to get her. When he came back, he said his mother decides to let herself in and give us a break, that she was sure we'd hear the text and she thought we would be thanking her for a night's sleep. I do not give a fluck. I hate her. I cannot forgive her for this. My husband thinks I need to calm down, that we just need to get our key back. His lack of urgency about the situation makes me want to divorce him. We have never had any issues before this, but this feels like a deal breaker to me. I already had PPA and now it's through the roof. I don't feel safe in my own home with my family. I hate my mill. I hate my husband. When I think about what happened, I sob uncontrollably. I can't sleep now that I know I can't protect my baby when I sleep. I can't believe I did not wake up. I feel like the biggest piece of shit mother. If any danger really came, I would have let my daughter down. Am I overreacting for wanting a divorce or for never wanting to see my mill again? My husband and Mill think it's my hormones, and I have overreacted. Am I overreacting? I just needed to talk about it with non-involved parties. I have no friends or family for hundreds of miles. Oh, and she also fed her formula while she had her, but that's the least of my worries. It still infuriates me because breastfeeding has been really hard for us. Update: I just wanted to give everyone a quick update. I didn't respond, but I've read every comment, and the support I got has meant so much to me. I bawled reading them because I finally felt like someone was on my side. I called my mom late last night and I got a hotel. I refused to tell my husband where I was going, but told him the baby and I would be safe. My mom is disgusted about what I've been through. She's getting on a plane today to come help me. This entire experience has pushed me to the point that I need therapy, so today my first order of business is getting a therapist set up ASAP. I decided to go alone for a while, and when I'm ready, go with my husband to see if there is a chance to move past this. Right now I still don't want to, but I also agree I'm not in the place to make life-changing decisions. Either way, I can never move back into that house. I don't know what my plan is past these next few days yet, but I'm just going to take it day by day for right now. As for my mill, I'm going to go to the police today to find out how to get a restraining order. Her and my husband keep saying, but she was safe. She was never in danger. I disagree. My mill is clearly not mentally capable to care for a child. Who knows what else she would do because she feels she knows best. Thank you all so much. I can't tell you how much the support from some internet strangers has meant to me. Update: I want to thank everyone again that thought about me after my first post. This past 2 weeks have been crazy for me emotionally, but I saw the request for an update and wanted to let everyone know what was going on, even though it's been generally uneventful. I got so many messages and comments with support that meant so much to me. So soon after I wrote that post, my mom had arrived to help me get through my anxiety and support me. By the time she was here, I was in a hotel and still had not slept. It was going way too long without sleeping, and I think the deprivation of sleep was making me crazier. She came and sat with me while I slept. It was the most helpful thing anyone could have done for me. My husband asked to talk, so I agreed to meet with him. He apologized and said he realized I was right, his mom had severely crossed a line, and that it was hard for him to accept his mom did something so wrong, so in his head he was telling himself it was not that bad, and that if the baby wasn't hurt then no harm was done, but he wasn't thinking about the hurt done to me and my feeling of security. He said he changed the locks on the home and would support whatever I wanted to do with his mom. He said he was willing to cut off contact for a while but asked I not press charges. We left it at that for that time. I told him I'd think about what he said and keep in touch. Shortly after this whole thing happened, I got a lot of texts from his family supporting me and letting me know they were so sorry about what happened and that no matter what, my baby and I are family and we have their support. That meant so much to me. People were finally backing me up and it gave me some peace of mind. A few days after seeing my husband, we met up again. He had a letter from his mom. I thought about just throwing it out, but I decided to read it. It was a very long-winded apology. It basically said that she is sick about what she did. She said if someone did that to her when her husband was young, she'd want them to die. She is terrified about losing me as a Dill and her grandchild, but she is going to keep her distance. She asked me to reach out if and when I am ready. I still haven't reached out to her and I don't know if I will. I feel like her letter may be genuine, but I don't think I will ever trust her again for obvious reasons. I feel like she sees it as an easier to has forgiveness than permission sort of thing. I'm in a hard place of trying to decide how to assert my authority as a mother without alienating my child from people who love them. I don't want my forgiveness to seem like weakness and in the end put my child in more situations like this. I've been getting help with all this in therapy, which I've started twice a week. Right now the general guidance I get from my therapist is don't make any big moves yet, divorce, moving long distances, cutting people out etc. So I'm taking it day by day. I make sure my husband sees our child every day. We don't talk about the state of our marriage yet. I told him when I was ready we will talk. He's respected that, and it's made a huge difference in the hope I have for our future. So that is really it. There weren't really any dramatic blow-ups or legal action. There are still a lot of unanswered questions for me, but this time has been one filled with self-discovery and support from a lot of unexpected places, and for that I'm incredibly grateful.